Here's today's recipe. You're welcome to stop the video and take a picture if you'd like. Hello, welcome to Baking with Marion. Only today it's Baking with Marion and
Chris.
That's right. Now he's going to be my helper, and if you have a helper, that is like golden. Okay, things get done much faster. I'm going to show you. I'm going to send him over there. He's going to go do some chopping of the sweet potato. All right, so you over there. First of all, I'm going to show you how to do this sweet potato right quick, because that is one of the first things that has to be done. I am wrong. One of the first things that has to be done is my pie pan has to be greased. And then I'm also going to turn on the oven because I'm going to hand that off to my husband there, Chris. And I hope you have all of your ingredients for your sweet potato quiche. Okay, so $3.75. Nope. Boy, I'm just getting everything wrong. $3.50 for your oven. All right, let's do that first. $3.50. Good. That is on a roll. That is starting. Now I'm gonna start this, and then I'm gonna let Chris finish that up. Okay? So basically, what I'm doing, or what we're doing with the sweet potato, is we are making thin slices. This is going to be our crust. Now, if you just happen to not have a sweet potato, or you wanted to have a regular crust and you bought one at the store, you know how to make one that's homemade, that is certainly fine. But we're going to try the sweet potato crust here. Okay, so I'm going to hand this all off to Chris. First I'll got that, the sweet potato to him. Now I'm not going to hand him the knife, my whomping big knife, to him like this. No, I turn it around. He says, okay.
Okay.
Then I can let go. All right. So I hope you learned that in scouting, right?
Thank you.
Now, what else? You're welcome. And then one of the other things is I'm going to show you my other ingredients. What's cool about this one, again, this recipe is one of those, what do you want to put in it? Well, my husband and I, got figured out what it is that we wanted in our quiche. So we have, of course, the eggs. The eggs are rather important in a quiche, okay? And I need to hand Chris the spray, because he's going to do that over the top. When you're ready to put that into the pie pan, if you'll bring it back over, and we'll show everybody how we're going to do that as soon as he's done. So I guess I'll keep that here, plus the salt and pepper. I have that ready, okay? Now, we decided that we wanted a tomato in it. We wanted some spinach in it. And I will chop that up as well. The recipe calls for milk along with the eggs. Then we decided we also wanted a bell pepper. And I was going to get one of those big old onions, and decided that we would do the small old onions, the green onions. I like doing these too, and they come off so nice and small. So once I chop all this stuff, oh, cilantro, last of my cilantro here, so I wanted to try that. Now my husband said, oh, let's put in the jalapeno pepper. I'm scared, but that's okay. I'm willing to try, right? Right. Okay. And of course, we have shredded cheese. Now, yes, I know how to shred cheese, but this was on sale, so I got it. I'm using mozzarella cheese. Somewhere it says mozzarella. There it is. Mozzarella. But cheddar is fine. I don't know. What kind of cheese do you like? And that's the kind of cheese that you can use. All right, so I got to get chopping, because he's almost done with that, and we have to saute all of this before we put it onto the sweet potato quiche. Sweet potato crust of our quiche. All right, I got my knife as well. So I'm just going to cut these smallish, but first of all, of course, I cut off that part of the onion. And now I'm cutting. Please be careful with your fingers, of course. Get them moved back. Don't let your thumb get in the way. There's no reason to have your fingers bloody. So none of that. And before you start chopping, you better have permission. Don't do this if you don't have permission to be wielding a knife, okay? All right, very good. Moving this along. Now today, my husband and I are not using any meat in our quiche, but that's just because it's today. You can also include chopped ham, bacon. What else do we like to put in there? You can use ground beef that you cook. You can use chopped chicken, cooked. Any meat that you're going to put in this quiche, it needs to be cooked before you put this in the oven, alrighty? Okay. I hope you guys are answering me. When I say alrighty, you should say okay. No, I'm kidding you, of course, but it just makes me feel better thinking that you guys are answering me. I'd hate to start answering myself in a different voice. Okay? Okay! Alright, there we go. Alright, got the onion. Good. It looks like my husband is doing that. Can you bring that over here before you put all of those in? I got to show you what he's doing. He is overlapping these thin layers, and then he's starting even to put these up on the side. Okay, so that's how he's doing it. All right, let me hand that back to him. Very good. I better catch up. I've got all of this stuff. All right. With the, now, I realize that I don't have to be right on top of cutting this before he's done. Because once he gets the pie crust, the sweet potato pie crust, in the oven, that is going to cook for 15 minutes. But I still like to have the rest of this ready. And if there's 2 of you or more helping out with all the chopping and the prepping, then the longest time you might have is when you actually get everything in the oven. Or the chopping. Chopping takes a while too, doesn't it? But with more people helping, there we go. Okay, I'm going to go back through this way. I'm putting this over so I can hold the spinach in place, but I'm not putting it where this thing could slice my finger, okay? It's just a tunnel. I'll show you. A tunnel for the knife goes down. I'm holding my stuff. The knife stays down while I pull it through. That's all. I'm just holding this stuff in place. All right, the spinach in place. Okay, very good. I am now going to move on after I'm going to add that over here. Because this stuff is just going to be sauteed all together. All right, I'm going to go for the cilantro now. And you notice that when I was doing the spinach, I kind of curled it up like that. Well, it's helpful because with lettuce and things, because if you do a tight curl, then it's easier to cut. Keeping my fingers back, I had to move them forward to be able to get the cilantro to stay put while I cut it. But once we got into the thicker part, then it was a matter of keeping my fingers back, more back than I had them before. Okay, so that is done, and I'm going to add it over here to this one because then I get to the juicy vegetables. We were thinking we might like olives in here. The ones just canned olives, you know, cut. But we didn't have any. That's okay. I like what we do have. All right, here comes Chris. Go ahead and bring that around. You're all done with it?
I hope.
All right, just bring it around.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks good. I think it looks good. What do you guys think?
I don't want to hold it. Did you just move this?
I just went like that. Did it fall down? It's fine.
Yeah,
Okay. No. It's thick enough, honey.
I know, but there's an opening right there.
It bugs you? What opening are you talking
Right
about?
there.
Oh.
I
Okay.
don't know. Anyway.
All right. Very good. Okay. So now that that is done, I'm going to spray the top. Okay. Going to add a little bit of salt. I wonder if I should do salt and pepper. Probably. Okay. Add a little salt. Add a little pepper. Okay, there we go. Now this whole thing goes into the oven for 15 minutes. So, Chris, if you will, put that in the oven and set the timer for 15 while I try to hurry and chop these. He's done his job. Where was I? Okay, so, whoops. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Cilantro all over my fingers. Now this tomato looks big to me as far as putting it into our quiche. So I'm not going to chop the whole thing. And once I get all the vegetables sauteed and into our crust, then I will decide if I need more. Well, it's hard to do more when you've already done the sauteing, but when I'm sauteing, I will see if I think we have enough tomato in there. Because see, we've got all of this. Now we've got the tomato, and I have yet to do the bell pepper. So there's the tomato. Yay! Okay. And I'm going to do the bell pepper. And I can't remember if I showed you before. I think I did. As far as slicing the bell pepper, I look for the grooves and I'm going to cut right along the groove, almost, but not around the bottom, okay? Just right there, okay? So that's how I do it. Cut along the ridge 1. Ridge 2, and Chris is putting, look at that. Okay, so here's the deal. Don't I always tell you, I get to the point and I say, okay, what can you do while that's cooking? Oh, we can clean up. Well, look what he's doing. He's automatically cleaning up. You might want to leave that tomato out. There he goes. He's trying to be in the camera here. But we'll leave it out just in case we think we need more. I kind of sort of don't think we will, because this is going to be a pretty full omelet as it is. Now he's put it into the tomato in that container. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bell pepper in there too. I don't know whether to. Okay, your vote, please, Christopher.
I think just the one.
Just the one?
Yeah, just 1/3.
Okay. All right. Which one's bigger? I want the bigger one. Okay, so we're going to leave those right there just in case we decide, uh-oh, we need a little bit more. Now you see, I'm just stripping them to begin with, and then, well, now I need to get the seeds out of that one. And now I need to take the bundle of them, bundle them up, even them up, and I'm chopping all at once. All right. Oh, we have the pepper still. So we'll cut that. That'll be the last thing that we have to chop up. So we have the tomatoes, the bell pepper. This is an orange bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, green bell pepper. Doesn't matter what you do as far as that. Wait a minute. Where's my Oh,
We got mushrooms.
we have mushrooms. I totally forgot about the mushrooms. Okay, so here's the deal.
I'm gonna go ahead and put these away because we won't need them.
Okay.
Because we got plenty.
Okay, so in our house we have, as you can well see, multiple cutting boards. That's because then when we are helping each other, it's easy enough to do. So I'm going to get Chris a smaller knife. I'm going to have him take this puppy over there and chop that as well.
Camera.
Does it need to be on camera? Should I move? Maybe you need to see this. All right, we'll let him show you that while I take care of the mushrooms over here.
Hey. You want me to say anything?
Yeah, tell him what you're doing
Okay.
there.
A chili pepper. This is a hot chili pepper, so you want to be careful. Not, if you don't want the heat, you got to get the seeds out of it. So I cut it open like that, and then I just peel. I just take my finger and peel through and get those seeds out of there. And the other thing is, don't touch your eyes after you touch the seeds.
Do you have to wash your hands first?
Yes, I'll have to wash my hands first.
Okay. Did you guys hear that? Did you listen? If you're using a hot pepper, do not touch your eyes after you've cut it until you have washed your hands.
The hotness of the pepper is in the seeds. There's still a little bit of bite to it when you just eat the regular one, but that's where the hotness is. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead. You see what Marion's doing?
I'll get them in a minute. You go
Okay.
ahead and show them what you've got.
So I'm gonna do what she did, like she did with the other peppers. I'm just making strips.
With the bell pepper?
With the bell pepper, well, yeah, all the things that you've been doing.
Oh.
So I'm making the little strips, and then I'll dice them. Then I'll cut it the other way to dice them up. Okay, just like she did, even them up as best I can, and then just chop. And the reason I like that, we got the hot pepper a while back for something else, and it just is really tasty and stuff, and I like a little spice with stuff. So we'll see how it goes with our quiche. And there you go. There's mine.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
I'm
and I
going
need
to
to move
come
this
over
out
here.
of the way and get.
All right, let me just show you. I've been chopping up a few onions. I need to stop, but I've got one more that I'm going to chop up and put in here. Do I need to stop? We really
Onions or
like
mushrooms?
mushrooms.
You said onions.
Did I say onions? Well, there it is. I hope you guys are listening carefully, but reading your recipe. Okay.
There's the jalapenos.
Okay. So, mushroom. I slice it.
Is that about all you want to make?
I'm thinking so. Alright, so, again, mushroom. I'm actually gonna slice off the little edge here and then slice those up. I'll still put them in. Okay? And I do thin little this ways, turn them around, chop them that way. Yes, here's the other one that I missed. That's okay. And guys, it's time for sauteing.
Hand me those. Leftovers.
Okay? And we're going to need butter for the sauteing. Or, if you prefer, you can also use oil, coconut oil, olive oil, whatever oil you've got for sauteing. This time around, I'm going to use butter, okay? Okay. I'm going to take you over to the stove so you can watch the whole saute process while you're doing your own. Okay, now we're over at the stove. I haven't turned it on, I haven't put butter in it, but I'm going to do that right now so you can see. Alright, turn the burner on there. I'm going to add some butter. I don't know how much to tell you that I'm going to add. I'm going to add some butter. Probably about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons. It also depends on the quantity of the stuff that you are going to be sauteing up. So once that butter is melted, I think I'm ready to put my other stuff in. Okay? All right. Is it fun watching butter melt? It's kind of like watching the grass grow. Only at our house the grass seems to grow pretty fast, especially when it's warm and wet weather. Okay, now stir this around. We've only got 4 minutes left. Wow. 5 minutes. We've got 5 minutes left. That's how long I've been chopping and talking to you.
We'll see if they get hot enough though, cooked up enough.
Oh, yeah. Once we do the crust, we got to kind of use a fork to poke a hole into or to poke at the potatoes to make sure they're not still hard. They need to be soft. Okay, that butter's doing pretty good, getting ready pretty fast. And I'm going to start bringing stuff over and getting ready to throw it in. The other thing that I'm going to throw in as I saute, I'm going to throw in spices. You know what I did not get is garlic. Now I'm going to use my minced garlic that comes in a jar just because it's faster and easier and I love it. And as you know, I'm also very capable of chopping garlic. Okay, I guess my garlic is going to be the first thing to go in. We will let it start doing its sauteing thing. That is a lot of garlic. Again, we kind of like garlic. We kind of like onion. We like both, especially in sauteed types of stuff. Now, it's time to add everything that we've been chopping, right? Okay, got the onion, the little green onion, I've got the spinach, I've got the cilantro, there we go. Mix that all around. Am I done there? No, I got more. I got the tomatoes, the bell pepper, and the mushrooms. You know, I'm looking at this, and this is a lot. I have a lot of stuff in there that I'm sauteing, so if it doesn't fit in with my quiche, I will use less of this, and I will use this another day inside something else. Maybe for a special, I'll do a frittata, which is kind of like a quiche. But the frittata that I know how to do is actually in my electric pressure cooker. It's my crock pot express. I realize that, you know, you guys might know them as Instapots, that kind of thing. So yeah, all right. So that's that. And where are those jalapenos? All right. Ooh, the jalapenos. Okay, so this is going to saute up, get nice and soft. It's really not going to take that long. I'm going to let my husband do this while I take you guys back over so that we can get the eggs ready to go. All right. Okay, well, I'm back over here, and guess what? It is time to get a fork and see if our crust is soft enough. It's got 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And there it goes. Alright. Ah, there's a spot right here that's...
Several spots.
Okay, I'm gonna leave
Yeah,
it in a
just
little
leave it in
longer.
longer.
Okay.
It wasn't quite.
There was a spot in there that was a little firm because it was overlapped, which is what you want, okay? But it's a little firm. We're going to leave it in just a little bit longer. Let's go for 5 minutes, 3 minutes. What do we want? Okay, we're going to go for 3 minutes and see if that works. Test it again. In the meantime, I got to get these eggs ready to go. We are using 4 eggs plus half a cup of milk. So... you remember how I did that egg thing with only one hand? I'm going to do it again and hope that I don't get a ton of shell in here. So here I go. Ta-da! I love it when I can do that. Woohoo! Oh. There we go. 4 eggs. All done with one hand. Boosh. How cool could that be? Okay, and you notice I have this close by because, yeah, when I do that cool way of doing it, I tend to get more mess on here than I mean. Plus all of the stuff that we've just chopped up. Okay, so I'm going to get this stirred up. How are we doing? We've got just over a minute to try the quiche, the sweet potato crust again. Got that all done. We are putting the half a cup of milk. There we go. Right there. If I had been just a little bit smarter, I would have done a little bit bigger bowl. I'm going to get me a bigger bowl because I want to whisk the cheese in this. Okay? And so, I will grab one of these.
Clear one they could see.
Okay. My husband is so smart. He goes, well, if you use a clear one, they can see it. Well, yes, that's true. So let's go with that, shall we? So do your eggs in the bowl bigger than what I just did, guys. If you want to do your mozzarella cheese on top after you pour this into your pipe pan, then you can do it that way. I'm going to try it this way and see what happens because I like to have my cheese spread all throughout. I am going to start with a 1/4 cup and see what I think once I whip it all together. Okay, so there is a 1/4 cup. I'm going to whip that all together.
I'm just letting this simmer.
Okay, you can go ahead and turn that off. Okay, he's turning off the stove top because that is the sauteing of the vegetables is done. He's checking the crust of the sweet potato crust, and I am stirring in the cheese, but you know what? Oh man, I can't resist. I happen to like cheese. So this still feels like there's not a lot in there. So I'm going to go just with a little bit more. Okay, never mind. I'm going with the rest of it. Okay, so basically I put in half a cup of cheese in there. Alrighty? And I'm stirring it around and I see the cheese, but it's still very liquidy. It's not like the cheese is taking up a lot. Now, what we have to do is we take that out. Where'd you put it?
Oh, I haven't pulled it off.
Okay, was it done?
It seems pretty good.
Okay, let's do that.
Got some
I have my
couple of areas
paper
where-
towels here too. Okay, so we're gonna pull that out. And we are going to put it down. There we go. Smells good. Oh, it looks good too.
Be careful,
All right.
it is hot, but I'm kind of setting it up on the sides a little bit more so it doesn't.
It'll
Use
be
our
fine.
salt. Yeah.
If it goes to
I
the
think it's-
side, I'm
I
not
think it's
worried
good.
about it. Okay, now all that sauteing that we did, it's time to put it in, okay? So, let's get the veggies over here. I better do this. Oh, now we need the temperature. Oh, it's still at 350. Good. So we leave the oven on because we're going to bake this. All right. So coming over there, watch out. Make sure when you've got help that you don't suddenly carry knives around where nobody knows that it's coming, nor do you carry around hot things where they don't know where it's coming. You've got to warn people.
We're going to use it all.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now, that was a very good question. My husband goes, oh, you're going to use it all? Well, you know what? It looks like that's going to be perfect for this. So the amounts that I did, oh man, it smells so good. I'm sorry, can you smell it? Just pretend you can smell that. But if you're doing this with us, then I'm assuming you're smelling your own, and that smells good. Watch out, guys. This is hot. What did you see me do? Did you see me go, oh, because I was going to move it over, right? Well, that would have been a bad thing. Here's the little loop from the pot holder, so I was able to do that. Guys, this is still hot, okay? So now I got my eggs with my milk. I'm going to pour it over the vegetables.
You have the cheese in there?
I've got, yeah, I went ahead and put the cheese in there. So here we go. I'm going to just go,
Oh man.
how's that
Oh.
look? That is going to be great. And I'm gonna sprinkle some at the top too. Just a little,
I like the
just a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll put a little bit more. So what would that,
I'm
maybe
not-
another half cup of cheese?
No, not at all. It's some, but not a lot more. I'd say about another 2 tablespoons.
If you want to put a little bit more on there, that's fine too, if you're a cheese lover.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and if you like others, like I said, if you like to have different kind of cheese, like cheddar, or if you like mozzarella, that's fine. Or if you like both and you want to put both on, that's fine. Okay, so here's the deal. This whole thing has to go back in the oven, but I'm going to make sure this time I've got 2 pot holders because this thing is still hot, okay? Don't do what I just did. All right, here we go.
How long?
All right, and now it is for 20 to 25 minutes. We're going to cook it for 20 minutes, check it, and then if we need to cook it for longer, we will. Okay?
20 minutes.
So, what time is it now? Are we just going to hang around and stare at the stove? No, that gets boring. It's time to work. It's time to clean up our mess. And you can also watch the little fun facts that I have for you on the video. Here are fun facts about eggs. Eggs that are eaten by humans typically come from birds like chickens, ducks, and geese. The largest egg consumed by humans comes from an ostrich. One of the smallest eggs consumed by humans comes from a quail. Do you want to know a trick to tell if an egg is raw or hard-boiled? Just spin it on its side. If it spins smoothly, it's hard-boiled. If it wobbles, it's raw. Okay, the buzzer just went off. And I'm going to check it to see if it's wiggly without being still fluid, okay? So you're going to check it with me. You get to see. Wow. Okay, there it is. And it's not liquidy. So here's the deal. My husband and I decided that we're going to throw on some Parmesan cheese on the top and bake it for a few more minutes. So I'm just sprinkling. This is what I do with my lasagna. Sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top. I figure we might as well try it now. So I'm going to give it 3 minutes and then I'll be right back. Okay, timer went off. I think it's going to be good. Look at how beautiful that is, you guys. It came out well. And it's got cheese in it, and cheese on top of it, and vegetables, and sweet potatoes. How cool could that be? Very cool. Well, actually, it's very hot right now. So, I'm going to wait 5 minutes to let it cool off, to cool down a little bit, so it keeps its thickness. Okay? So, 5 minutes. In the meantime, get the plates ready and the forks ready so you can have yours too. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. Now, I have several tools. I have my knife, just in case I need a little more oomph going through some of the sweet potatoes. I also have this spatula, just in case I can do it easily, and this spatula for lifting. I don't know what I'm going to need. Let's find out, shall we? All right, I'm going to try the spatula for cutting, but just a little. Oh, it's going in so easy. I got to make sure I get this corner. Sorry, you didn't see that. Okay. So I had to get this corner. Now I'm going straight across. Just like I would if I have a pie. Now you notice I'm not just slashing through. I'm actually going down through it and making sure that it gets cut. Now see, I'm on this edge, and there we go. So I'm going to just check. That looks good. Okay, now I'm going to do it this way and quarter it. There we go. Okay, I'm feeling more confident. There we go. I was worried. I thought, oh no, what if it breaks all the pieces? Well, I'll tell you. If it had broken all the pieces, you wouldn't be watching me right now. I would have had to redo the whole thing. And I still would have eaten whatever was there, because it would have been great. All right. Now, I'm cutting crisscross through the center. And now I'm cutting crisscross through these bigger pieces. Okay, there's a lot of overlapping potatoes right there. So I'm just going to do them like that. Okay, good. I just have to be careful on the sides. On the sides is where the potatoes may or may not be as soft. And I can't go, you know, down on the with this knife. I kind of have to come across and up. Oh, you guys, did it. All right. Now I'm going to use this spatula because it's angled. And here we go. All right, Chris, you better get over here. We'll take a bite for the audience just to see if just so they know our reaction. Okay, I'm having a hard time picking this up. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go, and boom. There's that one. And you may need extra food on the plates. I mean, either bigger pieces or something else to go with this. Like, oh, I don't know, a salad. This isn't my breakfast, so a salad would be fine, or rice, or I don't know,
If it's our
bread
breakfast.
or something like that.
Bacon.
Okay? Yeah, well, if the bacon's on the inside, though.
Oh, true.
All right, let's give this a try. I'm scooting this over so I don't burn myself while trying to show you guys. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at this, you guys. It's just so full of vegetables. I love it. All right. Is it cool enough? Or are you burning your mouth? I did that last time.
Oh man,
Mmm, that is
delicious.
tasty.
It's delicious.
I'm trying to think what I would do differently if I did it again. Maybe one more egg.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, okay. So maybe one more egg. Maybe 5 eggs instead of 4. You try it, see what you think, and make some changes according to what... I keep forgetting not to fill my mouth with food when I'm trying to talk to you people.
And let her know what you think.
So, I don't mean to be rude. Okay, so yeah, try it. Give it a whirl. Try 4 eggs. Try 6 eggs. Whatever you want. And I can taste those jalapeno peppers, but boy, is it good. Oh, I did notice that I forgot to salt and pepper stuff once I put the egg and milk mixture on top. It's good. Anyway, so, all right, you guys. See you later. Thank you.